Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to a very special episode of the #1 rated podcast coming out of Price, Utah, The Guys Hiding from Their Wives. I am your host, as always, Big Ben, here with the Macho Man, Trevor Burge, and Hacksaw Kameron Saindon, coming at you with a review of WWE SummerSlam. What's up, fellas?
Hey, how we doing? I'm not juicy today.
No, you're pretty macho today. We're cutting out of the juiciness.
Macho juicy.
What's up, Hacksaw?
You're still pretty juicy.
I am
Not
always
much,
juicy.
man. Just ready to do the review.
All right. Overall, we thought SummerSlam was a pretty decent pay-per-view, coming on the heels of NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. In my opinion, the NXT show still kicked the crap out of the WWE shows, but hey, we'll take it for what it's worth. One thing I did want to mention from TakeOver Brooklyn, I don't know if you guys saw it, the Velveteen Dreams tights. Did you see what he had written on them?
Yeah, Dreams tights were pretty cool.
Call me up, Vince. That's what they said. Freaking epic. So,
Kid's got balls.
Yeah, he's got a big pair.
oh, I tell you what,
No,
dude's got to.
I actually didn't like the Velveteen Dream when he first debuted, but he won me over. I think what won me over is the North American title match when he destroyed Lars.
Oh my gosh, in that ladder match?
Yeah.
Oh man, that was that TakeOver Orlando, I think, right before
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Well, between that and the match, his match against Aleister Black, where he's just trying to get him to say his name, freaking incredible. It's not going to be long before we see this kid on the main roster.
No,
Kid's only in his early 20s.
He's 22, and John Cena said he's the future.
Yeah, the kid's incredible. As far as the pre-show goes for SummerSlam last night, the Cruiserweight Championship, Cedric Alexander beat Drew Gulak. I didn't get to see the pre-show, so I'm going to rely this one on you guys. The B team, that is Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, beat the Revival. We're going to come back and talk about the B team for a minute. And then in a mixed tag match, Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega beat Rusev and the Ravishing Russian Lana. Quick knee-jerk reactions. What you guys' thoughts there?
I honestly believe that Cruiserweight title match may be one of the instant classics from 205 lately.
From what I hear, it was phenomenal. Probably deserved to be on the main show. Shouldn't have been relegated to the pre-show, but that's just me.
That was a good match. I like Cedric Alexander. He's pretty decent.
I fell in love with the kid at the Cruiserweight Classic when I watched him a couple years ago. Incredible. Going back to the B team, I don't know if you guys saw it at Extreme Rules after they beat Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy for the tag team titles. Renee Young's interviewing him after the match in the ring. And I don't know which one of them said it, but she asked him how they feel, and he's like, well, how do you think a rainbow feels? How do you think Stretch Armstrong felt when he landed on the moon? It's just, and it's sad to see because these guys have legitimate talent. Both come from incredible pedigrees of wrestling bloodlines, and just to see him relegated to a joke, it just kind of sucks.
Yeah, there's no reason Curtis Axel should be a joke, but that's what he is. He's a joke. So is Bo Dallas, and they deserve better.
I mean, Bo Dallas's dad's not near the level of Curtis Axel's dad, but you know.
No,
not
but
bad.
Bray Wyatt is.
Bray Wyatt's freaking incredible.
Mr. Perfect would not be pleased with how his son is doing.
Absolutely not. So kicking off our show, we have
Wait, hold on.
What?
You didn't even touch on the Rusev match.
It's Rusev Day.
Yeah,
it's always Rusev Day.
It's always.
I didn't figure it needed anything special. It's always Rusev Day.
I just wanted to add that really it should have been Almas versus Rusev, and it shouldn't have been on the pre-show. It was worthless.
It should have been not even on TV.
No, it should have been on TV, but it shouldn't have been on the pre-show.
All right. Well, good to know. Before we get started, I'm glad you stopped me and interrupted me there. I forgot to plug our stuff. Follow us on Twitter at Guys Hiding. Check out our Facebook page. That is facebook.com/guys hiding from their wives. check out our YouTube channel, Four Guys Hiding from Their Wives. We haven't got Trevor's video of his ALS Ice Bucket Challenge up yet, but stay tuned. That is going to be coming.
That came up on my Facebook memories the other day.
It was
still
freaking
mad.
great. I loved it. And also, if you have any comments, anything, email us. That's fourguyshiding@gmail.com. We definitely want to hear from you guys. So if this wrestling pay-per-view podcast is something you guys want to keep hearing, we'll keep bringing them at you. You guys just got to let us know what you like. So before we get into it, you guys got anything else you want to touch on?
Nope, just smash that like button. Join the Juicy Club.
Beat the crap out of that like button. Get out there. Tell your friends, tell your brothers, tell your moms, even tell your wives, even though we are hiding from them.
I'm not hiding from other people's wives, just mine.
Oh,
I'm with him.
Damn. Well, I'm gonna tell both of them. I have both of them on speed dial, so we'll see how that goes.
My wife knows. She hides from me too.
That's not cool, man.
Well, I hide from you, at least on a daily basis.
Most people do.
Also, one more thing, big news. Make sure you tune into our regular episode this week coming up. That's going to be episode 7. We have huge news to announce. I'm freaking stoked about this. This came into fruition this weekend, so make sure you check that out. We'll be recording that Wednesday night, August 22nd. That should hit Saturday morning, the 25th, if I'm not mistaken. So thanks for spending your weekend with us. On to the show. We kick off SummerSlam with the Intercontinental Championship match. Seth Rollins with Dean Ambrose in his corner, recently back off injury, against the champion Dolph Ziggler with Drew McIntyre in his corner. This was a really, really, really good match. I would almost go so far as to consider it a great match. Commentators touched a little bit on their 30-minute Iron Man match from Extreme Rules. I mean, this has just been an intense rivalry between these two. Just a couple of things that I mentioned here that happened. There was an inverted superplex. I had a hard time writing that down. I can't even read my own writing here. But it was just insane. And then Rollins held on to that and then flipped it into an inverted Falcon Arrow.
Yep.
Holy crap. And you didn't even hear the crowd. Holy shit. Holy shit. And that day, it was insane. Crowd was hot for this match. Just crazy.
It was a great way to open the show. A great rivalry to open it. For me, that was the world title match of Raw.
Oh, absolutely. Well, the Intercontinental title has been the world title on Raw for how long now?
Yeah.
Well,
you haven't seen the Universal title, so for
right?
me, that was the world title match on Raw. I think they both did a good job. I still don't get why Drew McIntyre's with Ziggler, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be, but...
No, McIntyre can hold his own.
Yeah, McIntyre's right there on his own. One other thing here, every time that this match went to the outside, I was waiting for the Dean Ambrose heel turn. Every time.
Yep.
Every time something would happen and Ambrose was standing right there, I was like, oh, here it comes. He's going to turn on Rollins right here. And it never happened.
I thought it
me
would
off.
come at the end of the match, but it didn't come. I'm sad. I actually would like a heel Dean.
I don't think it'll come at Rollins. I think he'll go after Roman for the title.
Interesting. I don't know that coming off injury that he jumps right into that picture, but maybe. The way this one ended, Rollins hits Ziggler with a buckle bomb. McIntyre jumps up onto the apron. Ambrose pulls him off, hits Dirty Deeds outside on the concrete, which was sick.
Oh, yeah, it was good.
Rollins looked like he was going to turn into a super kick from Ziggler. Hits with his own super kick, hits him with a Kingslayer stomp. Good God, I got my tongue all tied with that. The Kingslayer stomp.
Yeah, what is he calling that now?
I think that's what he calls it, the Kingslayer.
I don't even know what he calls it now. The curb stomp.
The curb stomp, basically, yeah. For the 1, 2, 3, your winner is Seth Rollins and a new Intercontinental Champion.
Honestly, I just want to touch on, I'm glad Ziggler's not being used as a mid-card anymore. Like, he has more talent than that.
Dude,
he needs
Ziggler is one of the best in-ring performers WWE has. I'll say it right now. And then again, after the match, celebration in the ring, I kept waiting for the Ambrose heel turn, and nothing happened. They just celebrated, and then they left.
Yep, nothing happened. What do we got next? What match?
Overall, I gave that thought it was a great match. Yeah, it was really great way to kick off the show. Awesome. Right after that, Renee Young interviews the Bella Twins. Yeah, whatever.
matter.
Who cares?
No,
Nothing interesting
not
happening there.
interesting.
It was good to see Nikki Bella and her two friends, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that's it.
Out next,
Basically.
The New Day is out with Power Pancakes, baby. And why is that?
Because don't you
Because-
dare be sour. No, I love the New Day still.
Oh, The New Day is great. New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The Bludgeon Brothers actually have been the Tag Team champs since WrestleMania, back at the beginning of April.
Yeah, they've done an okay job. I struggle with them not being with Bray, but I like Luke Harper not in a dirty shirt anymore.
That was just disgusting.
I do really enjoy the new costumes.
Seeing that nasty gray just... Ugh.
I don't know how many events that thing had been worn at, but it should have been thrown away and burned.
At least
I
I...
wonder if they just made a new one every time.
A
I
new dirty
hope
shirt.
so.
Hey, put on your new dirty shirt, Luke.
I mean, Mick
No.
Foley used to put Sacco in his pants. How clean was that?
That was really clean. Just ask him. He'll tell you.
You cleaned it with mouth.
I don't want to know.
Overall, in this match, I saw some impressive stuff from the big men, Harper and Rowan. They were pulling off moves that big guys like that should not be able to do.
They're impressive.
They both have
The
incredible
was
agility.
amazing to watch.
I don't know what it is. Oh, I'm with you. Something just doesn't feel right about it. I don't know. At one point in the match, towards the end, I can't even read my own writing here. Big E has Harper up on his shoulder with Woods on the top rope, getting ready to finish it off, and freaking Rowan comes in and hits Xavier Woods right in the face with the freaking mallet and just cleans his clock. He goes flying off the top rope. It was just sick.
Poor Woods gets destroyed like Woods destroys his page.
It makes me want. Oh, yes.
And we've become X-rated.
No, we're not showing it. We're not talking about it. We're not talking about the details there. But as a result of that, I'm Australian for this one. The New Day wins by DQ, and the Bludgeon Brothers do retain the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
This is the first time they've lost, though, since WrestleMania.
Interesting point.
Also, Xavier Woods looked horribly impressive. Like, I was more than happy to watch that match.
Yeah, there were a couple of spots, like when they were outside, some of the counters that he was doing, you could just tell that he was trying to be careful, which not that there's anything wrong with that. Yeah. They just didn't look great. But no, Xavier Woods he's up and coming.
He did.
I mean, he's definitely the least experienced of the three, but we like to see it. And then after the match, the Bludgeon Brothers beat down the New Day with the mallet. And I don't know if you guys noticed it. It was really funny to me as they're getting ready to leave. Rowan drops the mallet, and it bounces.
I saw it. It looked like a Nerf.
How's that for some realism for you? I mean, I know we got to keep kayfabe here, but, it was just funny.
That mallet broke Mayor Kane's ankle.
Mayor Kane, I like that.
How cool would it be to say my mayor is Kane?
Well, if you live in Knox County, Tennessee, you can say that. He actually did win the final election for mayor, so Glenn Jacobs, a.k.a. Kane, is going to be the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
Congratulations.
That's freaking
awesome. I heard he wants to move to Carbon County, though, because Trevor Burge lives there.
Well, everybody wants to live in Carbon County just because Trevor Burge is there.
Yeah.
We talk about this.
Move out.
Oh, he did you dirty.
It's messed up. You're not getting a juicy shirt.
That's why he's the hacksaw and you're the macho man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Does that mean I live longer?
It could be. Next up, we have Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens for Braun Strowman's Money in the Bank contract. Interesting. I like how they kept bringing up if Braun loses in any capacity, by DQ, by countout, by anything, then he loses the Money in the Bank contract. It really was all for nothing. They did show a little clip I thought was cool that at Extreme Rules when Strowman just kills Kevin Owens, throws him off the cage.
Yeah, Kevin Owens dies that day. I heard that wasn't really Kevin Owens. That was his stunt double.
I hope it was.
It was like Avril Lavigne. She really died. This is just,
That's horrible, man.
I did want to make mention of Kevin Owens' shirt. Did you guys see it?
Yeah.
KO in the bank. Oh, it was amazing. I think I really want one.
But unfortunately, this match was a squash.
It was a squash. The best part.
Kevin Owens should have taken a book out of Eddie's pages and just tried to get a chair shot off the ground.
Yeah.
Throw it at Strowman.
Or a page out of Eddie's book. Take your pick. Yeah, welcome to the
I don't think he kept a
podcast.
book.
Welcome to the
He did
podcast.
not
You
keep a
say
book.
something like that, you're gonna get called out on it.
Eddie had a lowrider. He didn't have a book.
The commentary for me was the best part of this match. I don't know if you guys heard it. I don't know if it was Coach or Corey Graves that said that Strowman looks like he got a haircut from Hardy's mower of lawns.
Yeah, I did. That
I
was
think it was great and it was wonderful.
I was freaking dying.
Yeah, bronze hair might be my MVP for the night.
Ooh, that's close. I didn't think of that.
Oh, man.
God, did you see when Braun chokeslammed Kevin Owens out on the ramp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, I was like, damn, Owens ain't getting up. But he did. Gets in the ring. Strowman hits the running power slam for the 1-2-3. Just a complete squash. And then after the match, Coach says that Owens succumbs to the meat castle. That's got to be
All right,
the
Coach.
first and or last time I've ever heard the words meat castle on a WWE
That
broadcast.
sounds like a bad strip club.
That's
Or
the
a
strip.
good strip club.
That's the strip club
depending
where I work on Saturday night. So shout out to the Meat Castle.
Oh, God. I'm never going there.
We may need to rename the podcast the Meat Castle.
It's going to be called the canned meat.
Just call me Mr. Spam.
Ugh, that's
Okay,
so gross.
there's your new
Vienna
nickname.
sausage there.
You're
Well,
the
and
Vienna
for all the
sausage
listeners
for
that
Wednesday.
just left, I'm sorry.
Well, and for those of you who are still here, thanks for sticking with the Meat Castle. After that match, we do see a very important message from WWE, just regarding, and this goes to everything in life: don't be a bully, be a star. That's one of the greatest messages the WWE puts out there. There is never a reason for bullying, and if you see it happen, then stand up to it. That's all I gotta say.
I'm still mad that Nia Jax bullied Alexa Bliss like she did.
Well, we know your feelings on Alexa Bliss, and it just
I wish she knew my feelings.
Oh, she does. I've told her.
I think it's all right, Trev.
Hey,
She got what she wanted in the end.
Hopefully, she knows your feelings and she'll quit calling me. That's all I gotta say.
Well, we hung out last weekend. You know.
Oh, is that what you're calling it now?
Yeah.
All
I mean,
right.
her new furniture looks great from the front yard.
How's the new binoculars?
They're working pretty good.
That's what I like to hear. Oh, so basically, you're telling me you were hanging out of the tree. That's what.
And
was happening.
apparently, her mini pig doesn't like when I wrap pork chops around my neck like the dogs do. He gets a little offended.
He gets even worse offended. I called him Little Bacon the other day. He got all mad.
Oh, it's worse than
He's
calling.
dropping a new rap album, huh?
Little Bacon.
It's worse than calling him Kevin Bacon.
It's on Spotify, as well as the Guys Heading from Their Wives podcast is now on Spotify also.
Yeah.
I mean, the Meat Castle podcast.
Oh God. No, just no.
Starring
All
Big
right.
Vienna sausage.
Speaking of meat, we better move on to the SmackDown Women's Championship. Don't ask me what
Ooh,
meat
why-
has to do
yeah,
with that,
whoa.
but I just it seemed like it was going to be a good
Charlotte's little manly,
segue.
But God.
Well, she might. There might be a little meat
There
in
might
there.
be
You
some
never
duct
know.
tape in those trunks.
Ugh.
Oh, dude. Carmella is the champion. She's defending against Becky Lynch, the Irish Lass Kicker, and Charlotte Flair. A little vignette about how we got to this point. Just talks about some of the things that have gone on SmackDown Live.
Oh, like throwing Charlotte in the match just because she came back?
Yep, that's about it. Early on, Carmella looks like she's trying to drive a wedge between the two, quote, best friends.
I think she did a pretty good job at it.
Yeah,
To be honest
yeah,
with
it
you.
seemed
Like,
to.
The slap in the back of the head really set the match in a different tone.
Yeah.
That freaking spot was great.
Did you smack me in the head?
That was the
Did you
best.
smack me in the head?
That was the best part of the whole match.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a decent match. There were a couple of good spots, but on the whole, it was, it was average. I mean, Charlotte pulled off this amazing, I don't even want to call it a moonsault, but it was a corkscrew something.
Yeah.
I think it'd be like an aerial salt.
God, when she did like 85 flips and rotates through the air.
Yeah,
that
no, it was
just
impressive.
Sick.
I mean, that was a sick sell by Becky.
Oh, man, she sold it like a champ.
She didn't get touched, but she
Oh,
sold it.
did you guys see Becky botch the double drop kick?
Oh, yeah,
She
which completely
whipped
missed
so
him.
bad.
She missed harder than Aaron Judge.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
And yes, and I'm a Yankees fan, and he strikes out way more than anybody ought to. But way this one finishes, Becky has the disarm her on Carmella. She's about to tap. Charlotte flips over with a natural selection. 1, 2, 3. Charlotte Flair is the new SmackDown Women's Champion and is already a 7-time champion in WWE.
Yep, matching Trish Stratus.
Yep. She's got a little ways to go before she catches her dad with 16. After the match, Becky and Charlotte hug. Looks like everything is, all copacetic. Everything's good until Becky just freaking cold cocks her. And then she beats her down worse than,
Ric Flair?
There was some other beating going on in that match, but we're not going to talk about that right now.
You have no clean socks now, do you?
I still have one left. Only used one.
That's
I mean, I think this goes in the books as a heel turn, but the question I think begs, is it really a heel turn? Because the crowd was cheering the shit out of Becky Lynch.
Honestly, I think she was right in doing so.
It's a heel turn, but same thing like when AJ was a heel. Everybody cheered AJ.
True.
Or even, Broken Matt.
Wonderful. The mower of lawns. The chair of wheels.
I heard Matt's going to be out for a while.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure the details on that, but he's definitely on the shelf for a little while, him and Sami Zayn. Speaking of your man, AJ Styles, the WWE Championship is next. AJ Styles defending against Samoa Joe. I liked what they did with the build-up for this thing. This thing was an emotionally charged match. We saw, again, a little vignette about where we are and how we got here, talking about Samoa Joe and how he says AJ Styles has abandoned his family while he's been the champion. He reads a, quote, letter from AJ's wife.
Really, that letter was addressed to me.
Well, did you see AJ's wife? She was actually at ringside with their daughter. I didn't realize she was as cute as she is.
With that haircut, I'm a little surprised.
Well, yeah, AJ Styles is not an attractive dude. I love the guy.
AJ's daughter has the same hairstyle as him.
Yeah, that's all right.
I don't know. I think it's time AJ cuts it off.
Nah, I like it.
No, it works for him in WWE.
AJ, that was good.
AJ does have some sweet-ass purple ring gear and those gloves. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah, the gloves
Epic.
were amazing.
This is just a physically brutal match. It's not really technical at all, like the kind you would expect from a Samoa Joe AJ Styles match.
No, they did. So build up to the match. I mean, they've seen each other so many times. They built it up. They did a great job. They've known each other for so long that they really did a great job building up to the match. And then the match, they did awesome.
Oh, this match was phenomenal. A couple of hits I want to talk. What about when AJ went for that phenomenal forearm, and Samoa Joe literally, I thought he was dead when he hit him with that power slam.
Yep.
Just whipped him right over. And then when AJ hits Samoa Joe with the Styles Clash, to get big dude up and hold him like that,
yeah.
I don't care who you are and what kind of help you've got. That's amazing. That's phenomenal.
There's a reason why AJ Styles is considered one of the best wrestlers in the world. And it's stuff like that. He does things that you don't expect.
Oh, man, it was incredible. AJ has the calf crusher on, and Joe reverses it into the coquina clutch.
Yep.
Looked like AJ was out. He couldn't do anything with it. Takes him up top. Looks like he's going to hit the muscle buster off the top rope. That enziguri was disgusting.
He destroyed AJ.
I thought AJ had a concussion.
It sure looked like it. I think that was the one that busted him open, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, he connected with that. Joe's standing on the announce table and grabs the mic. And here's the thing. He addresses Wendy. This is jacked. He says, I told you AJ was coming home.
No, I made you a promise.
Yeah, he says, I made you a promise AJ was coming home. Well, it looks like he's not, but I'll be your new daddy. Oh, my gosh.
The look on AJ's
to
face.
do that in the middle of a match. I mean, the promos leading up to this thing were phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then for Samoa Joe in the middle of a damn championship match to pull that out
I'm your daddy
was
now.
Insane. Needless to say, AJ loses his shit on this. Just beats the living hell out of. He tackles Samoa Joe into the timekeeper's area.
That wall exploded.
Yeah, beats the piss out of just two random guys that are standing there. Two WWE Tech guys. AJ Colecock.
I'm so mad. I'm gonna beat the crap out of you just because I'm that mad.
Honestly, I think he was just throwing him out of the way.
Oh, it was awesome. And then AJ hits Joe with a chair. Just proceeded to just beat him down. It was insane. Needless to say, AJ gets disqualified, keeps the title. Samoa Joe wins the match. AJ's just whooping on him until Wendy says, stop, that's enough. It was and then he hugs his daughter and his wife, and she says, Daddy, you're bleeding.
His daughter did not want to be held.
No, she didn't. She wanted no part of that.
Yeah, well, it's scary to see your dad beat the crap out of somebody like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and I can't imagine him bleeding helped her any.
Yeah, well, she tells him, she says, Dad, you're bleeding. He's like, I'm sorry, baby. So, I mean, nice little heartwarming, touch to end the match. Overall, fantastic match. I don't know if I like the ending. I don't think
I think
AJ
they're
Styles
building
and
up for
Samoa
next
Joe.
pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah, easily. I don't think you need a disqualification at the end of AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. That, for me, is the only thing that kept this from being a perfect match. But, hey, I get it. I get where
so many
I get
spots
where
in
you
that match
wanted
where
to
it
go
could
with
end
it because of that. And yeah, you're right.
But
there
how
were
else
way too
would
many.
you end it? That's looking at it like with emotionally charged as it was. I think it was. I've been thinking about this after we talked about it earlier, and I think it was a decent way to end it. Just because, AJ loses his crap, he loses the match. In the end, he really loses momentum going into the next pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, because he really just made Joe look that much stronger.
Yeah. So, Joe is now a bigger threat going into the next pay-per-view. He has a win over AJ.
Okay, so how long does this feud go? Do they end it at Hell in a Cell, or does it keep going clear till Survivor Series?
I think it goes all the way to Survivor Series.
I think it... that's tough. I don't know.
Looks like that's something we may need to come back and visit again here in a couple weeks. All right. We hear the familiar strum in the ring, and then we get the question, the age-old question, who wants to walk with Elias? We get an Elias promo. What do you think?
I don't like Elias. I don't.
How
want
can you?
people-
Oh,
I don't.
I like Elias.
He's trying to do what The Rock did, and he can't do it.
I like the character. I like the way it goes.
Actually, I don't think he's doing what The Rock did. He's doing his own thing. The Rock did a rock concert once. This is like Elias's whole gig.
Yeah, that's his whole thing. He's a drifter. I don't quite get what this promo did or why it belonged on SummerSlam.
I
don't think it did.
So from what I understand, is The Rock was actually rumored to be there and start feuding with Elias because they were actually going to set up to fight at WrestleMania.
See, and I had heard that was supposed to happen at WrestleMania also, is that it was a build-up for that. But anyway, it was just your typical Elias promo, nothing special. Elias does go to play his new song, and the guitar just breaks completely in half. The neck of it breaks completely off. The crowd giving the old classic ECW chant. I don't think we really need to get into it at this point, but you guys know what it is. Elias throws a little temper tantrum, stomps out of the ring. It was a funny little way. Again, I don't quite know why it was there, especially if The Rock's not there.
No,
it wasn't anything special.
And did something else.
Yeah. I think that's a really good point. I think we'll take a quick break. Hacksaw, Kameron, you've got you're the noob here, so you got a rude awakening coming on this mid-episode break. So we'll hit you up on the other side of it. We've got the Miz and Daniel Bryan coming up. We have the Raw Women's Championship, and we do have the main event, the Universal Championship. So hang with us. Come right back. And we're back. Oh, that mid-episode pee break is amazing. I'm sorry about your initiation there, Hacksaw, but yeah, your leg looks a little wet. Don't worry, it dries out pretty quick. Wipe a little vinegar on it, you'll be all right.
I just hope it doesn't stain, man.
It might. I did have some asparagus earlier, so it might smell a little funky for a little while, but I apologize for that. Back to the show. Anything you guys needed to add before we keep going on?
I'm going to start rating the matches out of 5. And I gave the Strowman-Kevin Owens match a 2.
Yeah, it was terrible. Terrible. I would like to see a little bit better out of...
Honestly, that New Day match for doing that was a solid 4.
It was okay. I would do like a 3, but yeah, it was okay.
All right. So I know we're moving through these pretty quick, but we had a 4-hour-long freaking pay-per-view, and
it was too long.
We'll be here all night if we really get into it.
Points.
It was too long in pay-per-view. 4 hours that's like WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And it's too long.
Yep. We see The Miz walking backstage, and he runs into who? But the B team.
The B team.
That was classic. Like
That promo
the
was
B stands
horrible.
for Brian.
That promo was horrible. That promo was almost as bad as Miz's freaking ring entrance gear. What
oh my
the
God, what the
shit?
fuck was with his goggles?
It's horrible.
Hey,
Absolutely horrible.
hey, when you're the A-lister, you can do what you want.
I mean, The Miz is awesome. I get it.
Like,
But come on, man. It makes no sense. I don't get
there
what
was
it's...
no reason for him to have those stupid glasses. He didn't.
He
need
looked like Mike TV from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, man.
Hey, you don't complain when Becky Lynch wears goggles like that.
Because Becky Lynch is hot and Becky Lynch can do whatever she wants.
Hey, the Miz is just... He's got
The Miz
Maurice.
is not hot.
He's got Maurice.
Yeah,
What do you
she's a
want?
bitch, though.
She is. We
I
met
met her in
Yeah,
person. She's a
she's
bitch and a
kinda
half.
bitchy.
All right, so we've got The Miz versus Daniel Bryan. 8 years in the making. We see, again, a little vignette about how Daniel Bryan was Miz's rookie on the first season of NXT. Just talking about, the history of the feud between these two. A decent match. I mean, it was your typical Miz, Daniel Bryan. Miz doing a lot of Daniel Bryan stuff. Not really an homage, but definitely what do you want to call it?
A jab.
Yeah, a jab, mocking him, you know what I mean?
Mockery
The it kicks. Nothing really extremely special happened. A pretty sick belly to back suplex,
I know, man,
superplex off the top rope.
When Miz put Daniel on the ropes crotch first and then clothesline him, if you watch that, Daniel hits his head when he lands.
Oh yeah,
Like,
oh yeah.
with a man who has horrible concussions, that's scary
And
to watch.
neck problems, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and funny you should bring up him getting crotched on the top rope. How many shots do we see people take to the dick in this match? Or in this whole pay-per-view?
I think I counted
I was
like
going to count it. It was
15,
just
16.
ridiculous.
It was a lot.
At least one a match, somebody was
WWE's
getting
fetish with
crotched.
that is, it's ridiculous.
And it's been that way since the WCW days, too. After
Back then it was funny.
well, it's still funny. I'm not going to lie. After Daniel Bryan kicks Miz in the face, you see him leaning over the railing, and Maurice slips something into his hand. Miz clocks Daniel Bryan with it, gets the 1, 2, 3. I don't know. For all the talk in this match about closure and how this was going to be it, this was the final battle, to see it end like that, it just pissed me off.
I don't think it'll be the final battle, but in saying Maurice gave him something, William Regal would be proud. Like, Regal would
William
be
Regal.
hella proud.
William Regal.
No, it's not over. It can't be over. They keep going.
No, you can't end it like that. And
They'll be in the set.
I
Okay,
don't
so this is like they are going to feud until the end of their careers, on and off. They are. They're those two.
see, and I don't hate it, but you got to spice it up. This match to me was nothing more than any other Miz Daniel Bryan match we've seen up to this point. Nothing spectacular, nothing exciting happened.
Honestly,
yeah, they got to do if they're going to keep doing it, they got to do something and make it work.
Maybe add in Maurice and Brie. Just like do a mixed tag 1 or 2 times.
Yeah, maybe.
Just
I
to
don't know.
spice it up.
We do see a promo for October 6th in Melbourne, Australia. WWE Super Showdown.
WWE Super Showdown.
Seems to me like that's about the lamest title for a WWE show that you could have.
How about
Taboo
next
Tuesday?
to Great Balls of Fire, but
Or the greatest Royal Rumble.
yeah, all right,
Are
yeah,
we
whatever
really
works.
gonna look over Taboo Tuesday? That was horrible. Like,
It was
They need to
taboo.
bring back some of the sweet ones. Bring back Halloween Havoc and
yeah,
I've actually heard they're talking about bringing back.
oh man, I
Havoc
wish.
And Starcade.
Starcade'd be great.
Yeah, I'm down with it. I'm down. We do see a promo for The Undertaker versus Triple H. Last time ever. I don't know if I believe that. These two will be out there with walkers and hitting each other with their walkers and running over each other with the wheelchair.
Wrestled into the 60s. I don't see Triple H doing anything
Yeah.
different.
I don't know. And then we do see a preview for Mayans on FX. Spin-off of Sons of Anarchy. Looks pretty sweet. I think I might have to check it out. I don't know.
Never watched Sons of Anarchy.
You're missing out. Good stuff. Good stuff. Next up, we have the Demon King Finn Balor against Constable Baron Corbin. Arguably the stupidest gimmick I've seen anybody have on
Okay,
WWE
so
in a long time.
I'm gonna agree fully with you there, Ben.
The best thing that's happened to Baron Corbin lately is he got a haircut because his hair was
His hair was horrible. His hair was worse than mine on top.
his hair was getting pushed back further than his career.
And that's saying
Brutal. But the Demon King makes his epic entrance. This thing gets better every freaking time I see it. It was just amazing. The look on Corbin's face, the guy, he
looked terrified.
He looked legit
No, that
scared.
was good.
He did a great job at that.
What sucks is the Constable act and all this. It's a crappy gimmick. Corbin's decent. He is.
Yeah, he's got some talent.
I mean, he won the Money in the Bank for a reason. They were going to push him. Then he pissed off John Cena.
Yep.
Fatal mistake of WWE. Never piss off John Cena.
True story.
Nikki Bella's career is probably over.
No,
that's a work. That's all a work. I can promise you that.
I don't know, man.
One funny point, Corbin tells the ref, that's not what we agreed on.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Anyway, this was just a completely one-sided match, all Finn Balor.
Another
hits
squash.
the coup de grace for the 1-2-3, complete squash. I didn't mind it. It was awesome to see the Demon King. I
always do enjoy
I would
seeing
like to see a little better match between Balor and Corbin because I know they can do it.
Yeah, no, they can put on a lot better match. Match I would have rather seen is maybe a number one contenders match for the Intercontinental title.
Something.
Balor versus Drew McIntyre. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Hey, they're so... I'm
I
almost
don't know
tired
about
of seeing
you
what they're doing
guys,
with
but
Balor.
Balor did get... Roman challenged him for a title match tonight on Raw. So.
I seen that.
I saw that, yeah. And they're not going to pull the strap off of... Well,
no.
That's...
Not
You're
anytime
getting ahead of it. You're getting ahead of it. We still haven't even had the main event of SummerSlam yet. Come on, man.
Hey, you can't spoiler.
Yeah, Ben.
Next match here, Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the U.S. title. This was... I don't know. At this point, I feel like the crowd's just dead. Because at this point, we're over 3 hours into the show, and that's not counting the pre-show. I mean, this just went on too long. I think that hurt this match more than it helped it. It was kind of funny seeing both guys, playing mind games early on with each other.
The match was okay. I'd give it like a 2.5.
Yeah. The match itself, move-wise,
I'd give it about a
wasn't great.
3.5.
I am pissed at how they are using Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's got so much more talent, and he could be in a lot better place.
He doesn't need this stupid low blow gimmick.
Which I was glad to see they didn't work it into the finish. They tried.
I was going to say they tried.
But it wasn't an impact on the match. Hardy goes for the swanton, just misses on the apron.
Oh,
it was disgusting looking when he landed, man.
Oh, that was great. Yeah, I thought he was dead.
Shinsuke rolls
Jeff
him
take
in
a lot of hits.
and then hits Corey Graves screaming, Kinshasa! Love that. That's the best part of that move is hearing Corey Graves call it.
Can we just take a moment? What was with Corey Graves' suit? That was the worst thing about SummerSlam.
That was classic fashion right there.
Saxton,
Come on, man.
shut up.
Yeah, why are you hating on him? Why you like Booty Saxton over there, man? After the Kinshasa, Shinsuke gets the 1-2-3. Still the United States champ. I like that they didn't use the low blow in the finish. I really like what they did with it. Good clean win for Shinsuke. Seems to put an end to this feud.
I hope so.
Randy Orton walks to the ring after, and Jeff Hardy's still laid out there. Orton just shakes his head and leaves.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I don't know
not
if
quite
they're
sure
trying
what the
to
point
set
of it
up
was.
a feud with Orton and Hardy, but they're doing it wrong.
They were doing that, and they were doing an okay job, especially with the whole disgusting ear pull.
Oh my
That
gosh,
was horrible.
that was brutal.
But just to have Orton gonna go walk down to the ring and then turn her, and it might have been part of the crowd's reaction because they really didn't care.
That may be. I don't know. Maybe he didn't get the pop that he was looking for, and he's like, all right, whatever, I'm leaving. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
It's not the first
with that.
time. I mean, when he doesn't get the pop he's looking for, he tells you to shake his hand after he grabbed his junk, apparently.
Gross. I know some people that would do that, but no thank you. We hear Natalia's music hit.
Wait, hold on. I just want to tell you that's pure speculation. Those are allegations.
I like it.
Calm down, Enzo.
Natalia's music hits, and we see her walk out on the stage wearing Jim the Anvil Neidhart's jacket.
Probably my
this was
favorite part.
emotional as crap.
It was wonderful to see the tribute.
No, man, it was the same one they make mention of it that Jim wore at SummerSlam 1990 when the Hart Foundation won the WWE or WWF at that point in time tag team titles.
Yep.
Amazing to see. Again, rest in peace, Jim the Anvil. You will be missed. Thank you for the memories.
She had no impact on the match. But
No.
it was good to see her.
It was great to see it, and I'm glad that they found a way to throw a tribute to him in it.
Yeah, no, they should have.
They really needed to.
And it was good to see Natty. A hard time in her life.
Oh man,
Hard
to say
time
the
in the
least.
life of Tupaz. Sad for Tupaz.
You're always sad for Tupaz.
Tupaz is
I
my
must have
favorite.
missed something. What happened to Tupaz?
He lost his grandpa.
Hey, come on, how can you be so heartless? Oh man, and you wonder why. That's jeez.
Do you follow Tupaz?
I don't follow Tupaz.
You better follow Tupaz.
I don't have
just
the
to make it
grammar
up.
I would, but
You better make up for.
you
follow
owe Tupaz after that one.
You do.
Get on that.
Tupaz. I'm getting a Tupaz shirt. I'm doing it.
That does not surprise me. You
No.
guys are going to collaborate on them. We're going to have Juicy Tupaz, aren't we?
Juicy Tupaz. I like it.
Natalia's best friend
Wait,
is...
too juicy for you.
Oh, this went south.
We're
No.
forming a tag team.
It's going to be about as
How
bad
about
as
Scal?
Rusev and Lana.
We're gonna be as
Tupaz is going to do all the work.
we're gonna be as terrifying as a bag full of kittens.
That's pretty frightening. Especially if you get them suckers wet. Forget about it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We've got the WWE Raw Women's Championship up next. Natalia's best friend and training partner Ronda Rousey gets her. I know how you feel. We'll give you a minute to bitch about it against Alexa Bliss. I just got to know what in the bloody hell was up with Ronda's makeup, face paint, whatever you want to call it.
Whoever
Stop
was,
looking at me, Swan.
Dude,
Oh yeah, definitely a Swan moment.
She's the Black Swan.
it was wow.
No, that was horrible.
Again, this was a complete squash match. There was a couple of impressive moves out of there. Bliss taps out to the armbar. Rowdy Ronda Rousey is your new Raw Women's Champ. We just got to talk about how disgusting that submission hold looked. I seriously hope Alexa Bliss is double jointed because
I
the
really hope
human
so.
arm is not supposed to bend that way.
No,
By personal experience, she is.
I knew that was coming, and I still set you up for it.
You did.
God.
You did.
Yeah.
well, if you
I
didn't
don't
like
know.
some freaky shit.
Her and I practiced that. We did.
Man, this went south so fast.
Honestly, though, I don't think Ronda's ready to hold the strap.
I don't either.
Like-
And the only reason they did is you're cashing in on the casual fans. And, don't get me wrong, Ronda's a phenomenal athlete. I love Ronda Rousey.
And she's got a bright future.
yeah,
she'll
I don't
develop
think this is
really
her third match now
Yeah.
in WWE.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Alexa Bliss in her promo put it very blatant, and she's not wrong. She's an overhyped rookie. She
Yeah.
is. She has a name that she built outside of the UFC that I really respect her. As a fighter, I respect her.
She's an Olympic gold medalist. Like,
She'd kick the hell out of me, so yeah, I respect her.
Yeah, like I respect her as an athlete. I respect her as a fighter. But I'm looking at it from a dedicated fan standpoint. She has done nothing to deserve
Right.
this. People have dedicated their lives to this sport, to this industry, and she got the title in 3 matches.
Because of her name.
Yeah.
Because she's Ronda Rousey.
And no, like I respect that she built a name for herself outside of it, but that should not have an impact. But it's a business.
Yeah. And you know what? They're gonna make a shit ton of money with her as the champion. So, it's whatever.
I hope that what I think's gonna happen doesn't happen, but I'm not gonna be surprised.
What's that?
She's the next Brock Lesnar.
I don't think so. I think she's around there. She, she
don't
actually
think
showed up
she'll
on
go
Raw
off.
again tonight.
yeah.
The plus I see is she won't go back to UFC.
Yeah, she's actually signed a full-time contract. So and that's good to see.
The
But
problem
I would have
think
liked to have seen him further her character, give her a little bit more in-ring work because she's
she
not
needs
there
at
yet.
least 2 years.
We
Yeah.
have NXT as a developmental property.
Oh, there's
but
no
no,
way
you
they're
don't
sending
put-
Ronda Rousey to NXT.
You don't put Ronda Rousey in
Same
NXT.
thing with AJ Styles.
Yeah, no, you don't put Ronda Rousey in
AJ
NXT.
came in from multiple world titles around the world.
Okay,
He
Shinsuke-
came in from
Shinsuke
nothing.
did too, and
Yeah.
he shouldn't have been.
No.
He shouldn't have been.
Bobby
in
Roode
NXT.
shouldn't have been in NXT.
No, actually, I disagree. Bobby Roode
Should have stayed in NXT.
Should still be NXT.
Because I could imagine an NXT program with Bobby Roode and the Undisputed Era.
I
Holy crap.
hope to God that the Undisputed Era never comes out of NXT.
No, they need to stay there. and run that joint. They need to turn NXT into the third brand as opposed to a developmental thing.
Oh yeah, it would be so much better than stupid ECW.
NXT stuff is so much better than the quote main roster stuff.
But if they do that, then they ruin NXT.
True.
Well, one of the main reasons NXT is better is Triple H is in full control.
Yep.
Vince
and give it time. Vince is going to give all the control of WWE to Triple H too.
When
I
the
hope
XFL
sooner than
comes
later.
around, you're going to see Vince back off and focus more
I
on
hope
that.
so. I really hope so.
Why did he think the XFL was a good idea to bring back?
Don't tell him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I'm okay with it.
No,
it's a
don't.
good idea, but
Don't
why
tell
now?
him. I'm hoping.
Yeah, let him step back and let Triple H run this, man. It's main event time, gentlemen. We've got the big dog, Roman Reigns, versus the beast, Brock Lesnar, for the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar has been the champ for 504 days, the sixth longest reign in history. As soon as we get the intros, who comes out?
Braun Strowman.
Braun!
And it's freaking genius.
I loved it. I loved it.
Genius.
Strowman has his case. He's in the ring. Says he's not going to cash in. He's not going to be that guy that cashes in when his opponent's back is turned. Says he's going to stand right here, and at the end of the night, one of you two is going to get these hands. I loved it. It made me want to watch this match. That's for damn sure.
Well, it gave the fans exactly what they wanted. They wanted Braun Strowman out there the whole match. They got it.
They got it.
It gave them something to look forward to. They did the bait and switch.
Yep. And see, and here's the funny thing. I can give you the complete rundown of this match, and it's going to be just about as quick as our discussion of any other matches. So, Reigns nails Lesnar with 3 Superman punches, spear, another spear, a third spear, and on that one, Lesnar locks in the guillotine. Reigns picks up Lesnar into a spine buster, guillotine again. Reigns picks him up again and slams him. Lesnar takes the gloves off. Reigns goes for Superman punch, and then we get Suplex City. Brock Lesnar doing the only thing he can do, hits him with 3 German suplexes, I think.
I think it was.
He stares down Lesnar. The crowd chanting at this point in time. I don't know if you guys heard that.
Yep.
You both suck. You both suck.
Yep.
It was great. I loved it.
I'll give him, Brock nowadays is not good. But
No.
Roman has talent.
Roman, yeah, and I think we're going to really get to see it when he's with somebody that can...
Oh, yeah. If you put him against someone who can compete and not just do the same move over and over, Roman will blossom.
Lesnar picks up Reigns for an F5. Reigns counters, goes for the spear. Lesnar moves. Reigns dives through the ropes into Braun Strowman. At this point in time, Strowman's involved in the match. He's never been officially introduced into it, but Lesnar F5 Strowman outside the ring. Lesnar throws Roman in and beats down Brock with the Money in the Bank briefcase and then just chucks it up the entranceway. Yep. He threw that thing farther than in New York than Eli Manning has. I'm just saying.
That thing went to New Jersey.
Brock beats Braun Strowman with a chair, throws a chair in the ring and goes to hit Roman. Roman Reigns spears Lesnar. 1, 2, 3. The big dog is the new Universal Champion. And Reigns celebrates in the ring as SummerSlam goes off the air.
But nobody got these hands.
They will. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, I bet they will, and it'll be wonderful to see.
So do you want me to critique this match?
Do we need to? But sure.
Okay, so I like the ending. I do. I enjoy the ending. He needed to lose the belt. All the time you spent building up Brock Lesnar, you destroyed. Just like when Goldberg came.
Yep.
You destroyed Brock Lesnar. He's not a beast.
He's human. He's beatable.
Well, in a short amount of time, he's beatable. He can be squashed. It was another squash.
Yep.
And
Lesnar did get some offense in. They went back and forth for a little while, which was more than you usually see in a Lesnar match.
Yeah.
Lesnar's obviously going back to UFC.
Well, we know that.
Well, Lesnar's done.
So they're probably just getting him off, showing that he's not anything to worry about.
Well, and as far as some backstage news, I heard Lesnar was supposed to meet with WWE execs this last week.
Yeah.
I like to see the way that this turned out as opposed to the shit that happened at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Well, I actually wouldn't have been surprised to see Brock Lesnar keep the title because they want a certain CM Punk's name to not be in WWE.
Yeah.
Um,
But at this point, I think Lesnar has pissed off management enough that they don't want him to have it either.
No,
So
they
I
don't.
think you'll see a WWE guy do that, and you're gonna keep it for a long run.
Yeah. My problem moving forward is now it is Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. You have two men with very limited repertoires of moves.
See, and I don't think you have to. I think you can throw a Kevin Owens in there with Reigns. I don't think Strowman has to cash in. Strowman has clear till next June to cash in.
Yeah, and I hope they don't just move into Strowman versus Reigns.
No, I don't want to see it. They need something else. You need to see a Reigns versus Ambrose, Reigns versus Balor, Reigns versus Owens. You know,
And having a fighting champion is going to be a wonderful.
having a champion that's there every week is going to be a great change.
That's going to be nice. My problem is Roman Reigns. I'm going to politely disagree with Cameron. Roman Reigns is going to be outshined by talented competitors that should be the champion.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins should be the Universal Champion.
Yes, he should be.
Ambrose, even.
Drew McIntyre should be the Universal Champion.
There's a lot of talent on Raw, and it's going to be good
Ziggler.
things to see where it's happening.
Why was Bray Wyatt in the tag team division? Why was
Bray
Matt,
Wyatt should be in that title
Why was
picture.
Matt Hardy? with
why
him?
why was Matt Hardy in the tag team division?
Like Jeff, I understand Jeff being there, but he's not there.
Okay, what makes me mad is Jeff had a title run for the U.S. title, and he has more to prove to WWE.
Than Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Matt deserved that U.S. title run more than Jeff did.
Yeah, Jeff has been fired how many times?
Yeah.
Jeff's like
Jeff's
drugs.
going to get fired again. I'm just saying.
Yeah, probably.
So that's our show, fellas. Overall, I would go ahead and say I give the show a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10.
I do like a 6. There was more good than bad.
It was
I
better than
enjoyed the show.
WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the end, the main event. I did.
I enjoyed
could-
it. I'm glad to see the title off of Lesnar.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, my feelings about Brock Lesnar are
I
well publicized.
I critique it, and I don't even hate being baited and switched.
Yeah.
No, the bait and switch was nice, but
So, who's you guys' MVP of the show?
I have to go with Styles.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad.
Seth Rollins,
Okay.
the MVP of Monday Night Raw in general.
Monday Night Rollins, because he's Seth freaking Rollins.
He is.
I went for my MVP. I went with Roman Reigns just because he's got that monkey off his back. He is the Universal Champion. He's going to be on Raw every week, at least hopefully. You're going to have a visible champion.
Wait, are we doing like MVP or who had the biggest night?
Either way.
But Roman Reigns had the biggest night.
Yeah,
Oh, 100%.
easily. And I think just in the grand scheme of things, that puts him as my MVP because of what the direction now that WWE is going now that the title's off of Lesnar.
I think performance-wise, Rollins
Yeah.
performed better.
Match of the night. What do you got?
I got to go with Miz versus Bryan.
Okay. Again, I enjoyed it. It was your typical Miz versus Bryan match. Not really anything spectacular for me, but
Match of the night, it involves my MVP.
okay. Hey,
Because
argue
it
with
was phenomenal. They did an awesome job. Both men complement each other well too.
That's
yeah,
true.
absolutely. You know what? I'm gonna have to agree with you. My match of the night was also Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler. I almost went with Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, if not for the way that match ended.
Yeah,
And
that
you
match
know,
was great.
yeah.
They did an awesome
Yeah.
job.
But Rollins versus Ziggler, in my mind, it was a hell of a way to start the show, and it was the best match on the show.
The reason I pick Rollins and Ziggler is because how they built it up and your contributing factors of is Dean gonna turn?
Yes. Well, it told that story throughout the match. You kept waiting for it, and then it never happened.
Yeah, there were things going on inside the ring, outside of the ring, and then at the end of the match you still didn't know.
Right. And you still don't. To right now, you don't know what's going on in the mind of Dean Ambrose, which I love his new look, by the way. It's freaking sweet.
He looks
Mini
so
Triple
much
H?
tougher.
Yeah, mini Triple H. That's exactly it. Well, fellas, not a bad show overall. I felt like this went all right. Thanks for coming along board and partying with us here at Guys Hiding from Their Wives. Don't forget, our normal episode is coming up this week, episode 7. We're going to be talking about bands that broke up too soon, bands that should have maybe broke up a little bit sooner, and then Ben said, yeah, it's all right, it's time. Follow us again on Twitter at Guys Hiding. Make sure to check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/Guys Hiding from Their Wives.
Please
YouTube.
Please tell us how much you love the
Yes,
juicy one.
yes. Get out there. Give us a rating on iTunes. Obviously, we want 5 stars, but I'm not going to be that guy that comes out there and asks you to give us a 5-star rating. We just want an honest one. Tell us what you think. We want to know. Email us, 4guyshiding@gmail.com, and we're out there wherever podcasts are available. iTunes, Stitcher, soon to be on the Google Play Store, Spotify, you name it, we're out there. So, for Hacksaw Cameron Saindon and the Macho Man Trevor Burge, thank you guys for partying with us, and we will see you soon. Peace out.